Hey guys, today's Saturday, January the 27th of 2024, and this is a market recap. So without any further delay, let's get into it. As you can see, we're looking at the indices, and so far is grinding higher. S&P pushing higher. Actually, let's look at the weekly, because the weekly kind of gives you a little more clue. You can see we were consolidating here and got this nice little pop. Consolidating here, got this pop. We got a little doji on the Nasdaq, but kind of like all breaking out here. Russell's the one that needs to do a little catching up compared to the Dow Jones, S&P, and Nasdaq. Nikkei pushing higher. Euro, the DAX kind of sideways, hasn't done a new high. Or pushed higher like the others, and the VIX is at 14, so that is good. That is good. Let's go to the energy. The energy here is interesting because there is what I call the anomaly that comes here and there. You notice crude oil pushing higher, Brent, gasoline, RBOB, heating oil, but natural gas tanking. So the brothers and sisters are going higher, natural gas goes down. Ethanol has just been going down. But that's that anomaly I always noticed, especially when you see these big moves here and there. You notice that natural gas goes down. When you get a nice little move to the upside, then sometimes you see the brothers and sisters going down. So that's an observation I have. I haven't figured out why that happens, but that's what I've been observing. Excuse me. Cocoa, look at that. I thought this was going to be a nicer reversal. And I was watching it, and then I just saw it just kind of getting some Momo and strength higher. So the top is not in yet. It's pushing higher. Cotton has this breakout here. Orange juice got this pullback, and it looks like maybe now I may want to test this high again. You can see that the trend is still, higher highs and higher lows. Coffee got a nice little breakout to the upside. Maybe want to test these highs. Lumber, nice retrace. Let's see if we could just take out these highs close to the 600s. And sugar got this nice sort of retrace. Found support, and bulls now are pushing it up. So it's kind of like, in the trading range. Metals, they're just kind of stuck in a rut here. Been consolidating. Oops. Almost for like this whole year. Just kind of stuck in a rut. Silver, same thing. You can look at it easier when you go to the monthly. You can just see that it hasn't really done much. Especially for 2023, silver didn't do anything. Just back and forth. I mean, if you're scalping and, in and out, this is great. This is your environment. But if you're trend trading, then this is a little rough. Platinum, same thing. Stuck in a rut. Chop fest. Copper was tight. I mean, at least there was some moves here. The copper was super tight. For 2023. And Palladium is the one that I'm watching. It's just in a downtrend. Just going down. Let's see if I get my indicators here. Just pointing down. This is the one I have my eye on. And I'm doing some research. I just haven't had some time. But it's one of my favorites. Probably going to be my favorite trade once the bottom is in. Live cattle. Look at this one. Remember when it pulled back? Look at that reversal. I was telling guys, you should lock in profits. I don't know if they kept short. Maybe now they gave it all back if they didn't have stops. But I got out right away. Because these are kind of things that kind of pull in and then either retest and push higher, and this one's going to test it now, test that high. So if you're into live cattle, feeder cattle, you want to keep an eye and see if you have a failed new high or it pushes higher. You probably have a breakout and then it continues pushing higher. Lean hog, nice little explosion. A bull kicker, as they say. Grains, interesting. Grains is just selling off. Kind of interested if grain, if we get down to like this area right here, this whole area right here, that'll be interesting. I'm gonna have to create an alert from here to here. And soybean, same thing. If it gets down here, I'll be interested. We got to take out that low. But yeah, it's in a downturn. Soybean meal in a downturn, same thing. Put some alerts here. Oats, very close to this area right here at 300. Rough rice, just kind of sideways chop. Soybeans, look at that. It's already testing that, or is about to, or maybe did. Like to see if that holds or it pushes lower if it gets down to here. And lastly, currency. The one I watch out of all these is the dollar. And it's been in Chop Fest too. All of 2023 was Chop Fest. Looked like it was going to break out, and I thought it was going to test that 114 high, but failed, pulled back, but didn't take out the 100. So you're between the 100 and the 105. And it's just chop. So it's just, you got to wait and see. And when you can put the monthly, that's when you can just kind of see the Chop Fest. If you put the daily, you really can't tell. You got all these moves. So yeah, you can still make money. It's not nothing wrong. But if you just want to put a trade and just kind of stand by, this is not going to help you out. When you look at the big picture, you'd be like, oh yeah, we didn't go nowhere. So if you're scalping in and out, I'm going to go in for a couple of days, get out, or, get these little swings or just, do the hourly 4-hour trades or whatever charts. Then this is what you got to do. You got to change your strategy. You got to change your trading system unless, you're training with robots and algos and you're good. But if not, if you're, manually looking at these things and trading, so you have to have you have to have like a different setup. So I think that's it for me. I just wanted to do a little market recap on all these markets that especially on the weekends. This is when I just kind of glance, and I kind of look at everything. My favorite trade of all these, this is chop. Currencies are chop. And the grains, nothing really interests me until we get even lower. So nothing for now here. On the meats, keep an eye. I will keep an eye on this, set an alert, and put an alert down here. Because now we're, trading inside this range. And once this gets taken out or tested, then I'll look at the chart. But so far, it's just in a range bound right now, which is kind of tight. So this one kind of gets my interest, but not really until I get an alert of one of those key levels taken out. Nothing really interests me here. It's just kind of chop fest. Nothing of edge. Only one here is just Palladium. So this one gets the priority right now. Top research, top thing that could turn around and make you money, Palladium. But right now it hasn't found the bottom, which is good. So if it goes lower, even better. Someone asked me, trading, it's like, hey man, when you gonna do the next Palladium, when you think the bottom's in, the bottom's not in until it's in. And, I could throw all the technicals at it, but price action is king. It's going to tell us when it's going to turn around. And once it starts doing that, you can start doing all the technical analysis and see, oh, maybe it's turning around because of this. But as of right now, it's grinding lower and pushing until, time and price or whatever it is going to cause an effect and turn and then go like that. That hasn't happened yet. And you could just put a simple trend line. You can see that It looks like it wanted to go up, but it's pushing the, it's just one of those things. You just got to keep an eye on it. But it's eventually going to turn. The question is, the $1 million question is when? So you could get in and ride the wave higher. Yeah, that's the hard part. That's the hard part. But in the meantime, keep it on your radar. That's the best thing you could do instead of, buying a falling knife. Softs, cocoa, looking good, strong. I thought maybe it was a top here. It's pushing higher. So yeah, I mean, I'm not going to jump in there, but it's a good trade. It's not showing anything of a turnaround, especially not on the monthly, but if you look at the weekly, it's still strong. Cotton just sideways. Orange juice got this pullback, kind of now stalling. Maybe this could retest, but nothing really interesting here for me. Bonds, not into bonds. Energy, I'm probably more interested in natural gas, which I'm going to do my next video on. And, looking at the monthlies, I get in this little bump. But when you look at the weekly, you can see it even better. So I rotate between the monthly and the weekly. But when you go in the monthly, it's kind of like, okay, what? You're stuck in this range right here. You need to at least put an alert here and here and see what's really going to happen. But to be trading this, yeah, you could probably trade it as scalp here. That's if it gets up there. But nothing here besides natural gas, which is going to be interesting the next month or two. And the indices are not doing that bad. They're grinding higher, and the VIX is low, so that's good. Well, that's all my thoughts. I'm going to sign out. Hopefully you have a great weekend, and my next video will be on natural gas. I got some good stuff that I wanted to show to you guys, and I'll keep you posted on my thoughts on Market Recap.